for Channel 4 with the Jerome Flynn, who you may have seen on the Game of Thrones, and we were going to go around children's schools and talk about green things. And I was also invited to write 5 TED Talks on the theme of solutions to the climate crisis. And my first client was called James Brown, not as in, take it to the bridge, but as in, hello, I'm James Brown. I'm the CEO of WTV. We are the UK's top provider of online events, corporate events, both inline and in person. It's complicated. Did you know that we make 4.2 kilos of rubbish at every corporate event? I was listening to this as perhaps you are listening to me now, and I was thinking, James Brown, I feel it goes deeper than the 4.2 kilos of corporate gifts. You know, I was feeling that maybe everybody, we needed to do something, and one thing he could do was maybe to do all his events online. He wasn't willing, as it turned out, to lose the custom. Also wasn't willing to pay me, but I didn't yet know that. I said to him, how much carbon do people make coming to your events? I mean, where do they come from? He said, well, they come from all around the world. I said, well, how much do they make? And he said, well, how much carbon does the average person make when they're not coming to my event? I said, I don't know, but I will find out. Does anyone here know, by the way, how the average amount of carbon the average British person makes a year? Give me a nod if you know. Don't feel ashamed. I've yet to meet anyone who knows the answer to this question.
1 ton.
1 ton?
10 tons.
1 ton is wrong. 10 tons is exactly right. Yeah, well, you make 1 ton with your car, you make about 2 tons with your house, 3 tons with your food, but not if you sign up for one of Tolly's box schemes. He's measured it, you get down to about 3 kilos. So I suggested to James Brown that the solution might be that maybe the grown-ups might get rid of your green guilt. Would you do that? And I was thinking, yes, I fucking would. I couldn't think of a thing that I would rather do. I mean, it's less than we'll all be paying in 20 years' time when the desert has spread up Italy and half of Africa making their way on boats, and we'll be paying a lot more. I said, now I could volunteer to pay my money. I said, well, I'll do that, or, I could even think of a catchphrase. I said, for every kilo of gas, you pay $1 of tax. Oh, for every kilo of gas you produce, you pay $1 of tax or reduce. So that was my idea. And the next thing that happened was that I fell in love. A week after that, I was invited by someone I knew from college. I work out, it makes me calm. If you saw me naked, that's not going to happen, but I look like a very fit teenager who's weirdly in a kind of cosmetic accent got the face of a balding middle-aged man. So I started to undress, and I said, so how far do you normally swim? And she said, well, we go to the buoy. I went, well, to the near buoy or the far? And she said, well, I actually don't know what the far buoy is. I went, all right, I'll swim to that one, taking off the trousers and clenching the buttocks, and I jumped in. And while swimming towards the far buoy, I took off my goggles, and I realised what the far buoy was. It was actually the turning point for a sailing race. I realised this as sailing boats started going by, looking at me, looking astonished at the crazy man who joined the race with no actual boat. But my love, she rescued me. She came out in a kayak and rescued me. It seemed a promising start to a